your drama queen, and welcome to the drama castle. Overheard them mention hater, not a pretty word like moist or moisture. Wanna quit, but you know I'm a soldier. Try to get me out, you know it's game over. Say it's toxic, chaotic, unhealthy. Always play my cards right, don't test me. I'm not here to play nice, no I can't be. And if you're trying to stop me, that's a guarantee. Too many people try to get me out, and it worked for a second, but I'm back now, better than ever. Welcome to the drama castle. I am your drama queen, and welcome to the drama castle. You try to stop me, but you can't. Too many people try to stop me, but you can't. You can't. Guess who's back? Back again. Ray is back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 Y'all created a monster, cause nobody wants to see Ray no more. They want saggy, I'm chopped liver. Well, if you want saggy, this is what I'll give ya. A little bit of me mixed with some psycho killer. Call a doctor, maybe that'll jumpstart your heart quicker than a shock when you get shocked at the hospital by the doctor. Hope you're not cooperating, cause I'm rocking the table while he's operating. Hey, you waited this long for 7 days, cause I'm back, I'm on the rag and ovulating. It's true, I know you ain't got a job, Miss Becky, cause you give BJ's super nauseating. So that foodie queef won't let me be, or let me be me, so let me see. They try to shut me down like they the low cow queens, but it feels so empty without me. So come on and tip, stay for a bit, fuck that. Pay me to strip, I got better tits. And get ready, cause the shit's about to get heavy. Keep threatening me with lawsuit, fuck you, Andy. Now this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me. Cause we need a little controversy, cause it feels so empty without me. I said this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me. Cause we need a little controversy, cause it feels so empty without me. Created a monster, cause nobody wants to see Ray no more. They want saggy, I'm chopped liver. Well, if you want saggy, this is what I'll give ya. A little bit of me mixed with some psycho killer. Call a doctor, lady, that'll jumpstart your heart quicker than a shock when you get shocked at the hospital by the doctor. Hope you're not cooperating, cause I'm rocking the table while he's operating. Hey, you waited this long for 7 days, cause I'm back, I'm on the rag and ovulating. It's true, I know you ain't got a job, Miss Becky, cause you give BJ's a super nauseating. So that foodie queef will let me be, or let me be me, so let me see. They try to shut me down like they the low cow queens, but it feels so empty without me. So come on and stay for a bit, fuck that. Pay me to strip, I got better tits. And get ready, cause the shit's about to get heavy. Keep threatening me with lawsuit, fuck you, Andy. Now this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me. Cause we need a little controversy, cause it feels so empty without me. I said this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me. Cause we need a little controversy, cause it feels so empty without me.
What is going on, everybody? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is, let me tell you, this has been an interesting last couple days. I should say almost the next couple days. Like, what the hell? Let's get the chat up on the screen. What's going on, chat? I see a couple people in the chat today. We got Luna here. We got Jillykins here. We got Only Geeks here. We got Fish here. We got Todd here. And a female Andy Signore, honestly, I'm honestly not surprised. The world today, as we know it, is fucked. It isn't like how it used to be. Well, this is about what we talked about yesterday, because if you guys weren't here yesterday, we were talking about how I had to clear up some lies that were being spread about myself, a lot of people who were involved in the Andy Signore story, and even call out Andy Signore and some of the stuff he was saying. It's been a hot mess. This whole Andy Signore situation has been a hot mess. It's been a mess for a long time. Um, I stepped back from it, for reasons I said yesterday. But we really got to talk about the first woman who came out, because that is who I'm referring to when I say the female Andy Signore. I know, shocking. Some of you guys are like, what? How are you going to turn on this woman? She was a victim of Andy Signore. Well, it turned out like we were the actual victims here. Okay? We were the actual victims here, because as of right now, as we speak, this woman, till this day, is on Twitter accusing Andy Signore of hacking her. She accused myself and other girls from that core group of women who came from Andy Signore's community of hacking her. I guess there was somebody told me there was allegations that she accuses us of hacking her phone, stealing pornography, like porno videos or pictures of her, and posting them online. Yeah, these are things I'm being told that is being said about us, which is insane. Now, she made a video, and we're going to react and respond to that video because I brought receipts. Okay, I brought receipts. Because, like I said, did she have a relationship with Andy Signore? Yes. It's very no shit. She had a relationship with Andy Signore. Is that a crime? No. But it was more about the fact that Andy Signore had allegations against him in 2017 with the same type of people, right? Like the same type of women. And when I say same type of women, I mean the same type of women that we heard about recently. Like he's still having these relationships with these women, and some of these women were not down, some of them were down, but for me, more so, it was like, bro, why are you doing this again? Why are we making the same mistakes again? You know? So when I platformed these women to tell their stories, everything seemed on the up and up, you know, until Andy Signore showed up and then just shit went south. Okay. Now she made a video retelling her recollection of events, and then I have the proof that shows her actual response to everything, because she really is sitting there trying to rewrite history. Okay. So we're going to get to this video. And give me a second. Let me get it up. Because I just want to get into this. I really just want to get into this. Hang on. Give me a second. We're going to just listen to audio because every time I try to share video, it lags really bad. So we're going to listen to the audio. Put the quality down so it doesn't completely crash my computer. Because, we're not really, watching it. We're just listening to the audio. So here we go.
So they got mad at me. They wanted to talk to Andy Signore in private. I was like, don't speak for me. I think it's stupid to speak with Andy Signore. And I kind of got a little rude about it.
That's not true. I want to start off. So what she's starting off saying is they wanted to talk in private with Andy Signore, meaning me, right? Because Andy Signore came in the chat and said, I'm willing to talk. I'm willing to talk to you, Ray, me, right? Andy was willing to talk to me. He didn't want to talk to women. He wanted to talk to me. And I said, you know what? If this is our chance to actually have a conversation with Andy Signore about all this shit, why not take it? But I said, I'm not going to talk to him unless all of the women involved say it's okay. So she was saying no, and her reason behind it was that she felt like if I talked to Andy Signore, that he was going to try to manipulate me. Okay, that was her only reason why she didn't want me to talk to Andy. Okay, just wanted to say that off the bat. Both YouTube and TikTok have been laggy all day. Yeah, my streams are always laggy. My computer sucks. And I don't know. Can you guys hear the audio, right? Let me know if you guys can hear the audio. I just want to know if you guys can hear the audio that I'm playing. Let me turn my volume up back here because I'm like, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm having issues because the volume's not all the way up on my computer. No, the volume's all the way up. What the hell? What up, Joey? What up, Joey? So I'm gonna replay it just so you guys could hear again.
So they got mad at me. They wanted to talk to Andy Signore in private. I was like, don't speak for me. I think it's stupid to speak with Andy Signore. And I kind of got a little rude about it. Did they all turn on me real quick? Okay, so I mean, I actually didn't think it would go as far as it did, but they started a little bullying then.
That's a lie. That is a lie. That is a bold-faced lie. That is a bold-faced lie. Okay? She said, if you guys didn't catch that, she said, I didn't want them to talk to Andy. I thought it was stupid to talk to Andy. And I was a little rude about it. So they clearly had an issue with that, and that's when they started the bullying. That's not true at all. And I'm going to show you the receipts of exactly what happened after the night after the call, when afterwards, we talked it out, and she was like, you know what, fine, do whatever you want, talk to Andy. She even said it after she crashed out on us in the screenshots I have of everything that she said. So she's lying. There was no bullying of her. Nobody bullied her, even up until the point where she left the DM group. She went to other DM groups that we were at on Twitter, started crashing out there and just going off on social media. And we didn't say shit. One person did pop off on her in DMs. And that was Jade, the other woman who had, a story about her and Andy Signore. That's it. And that issue that Jade had with her had really nothing really to do with her initial crash, but we will get into that.
And I tried to stay quiet for like 2 weeks, and then finally I snapped back, and then somebody was like, okay, I'll take my stuff down if you take your stuff down. I'm like, okay, whatever. So then I thought, that'll be hopefully be the end of it. But I had a feeling, I knew that they were still all against me. So then in about, I cut off contact with them. And then a person that was playing both sides a little bit. I not even a little bit, playing both sides. I knew I'm not stupid. So he's playing.
No, you are stupid, Britt. The person you're talking about, the person she's talking about who was playing both sides, was her ex-boyfriend. This guy right here, who was my friend for how long have we been friends, Chris? About 4, going on 5 years. We were friends for maybe 4 years before he started messing with this girl. Okay? And when this shit happened, we didn't even know they were together, by the way. It was a secret. We didn't even know they were dating. So we had no idea they were together. And for the most part, he took her side. What do you mean he was playing both sides, Britt? Sorry, Brittany, because we're not friends. How was he playing both sides, Brittany? He basically took your side, and we were all fighting with him too, because we're he was defending you. Because we were trying to understand what the fuck happened, and they were like, oh shit, this bitch straight up lied to us. And then he was defending you. And he burned bridges with people too. And then you turn around after y'all split up now saying that he abused you and shit. And we're going to get to that too, because fuck that. This chick got a lot of lies. It's kind of funny how we're all the liars, but she's got a pattern at this point. She has a pattern at this point. And this isn't even the first dude from this community here that she was messing around with, by the way. But she's the one who was talking about her story about Andy Signore taking advantage of her or coercing her. Meanwhile, she had 2 relationships with 2 men in my community. And she did them both dirty. But that can't be a coincidence, right? That can't be a coincidence, right? Okay. Okay. Let's continue.
Both sides, and I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. But then he's like, well, they're gonna bash you and say you hurt their case against Andy. And I'm like, the whole reason for the fight was because they said they only need an apology from Andy. Speaking of they, a few of them weren't even sexually harassed by them. They just want the attention.
You heard her, right? You heard her right there. What did she say? She said some of these women weren't even sexually harassed by Andy, so I don't even, basically saying like they just wanted attention. Why are they here? You weren't touched by Andy. You know, tell me on the doll where Andy touched you. If he didn't touch you or sexually harassed you, why are you even involved in this? Bitch, I want to make it very fucking clear to you and to everyone who is listening to your bullshit and believing your bullshit. I was talking about Andy way before your fucking ass came around. Way before Andy's moderators came around. I was already on the fucking hunt. I was already going at Andy before your ass came around. Before, during, and after, bitch. I didn't need you. I didn't need you to come out and tell a story. Bitch, I didn't even want to fucking have you tell the story on my platform. I wanted other people, bigger content creators, because I wanted more eyes on it because I felt like that story was too big for me to tell. And you said, no, I want you to do it. So who really wanted the attention, Brittany? At the end of the day, looking back on all of it, who really wanted the attention? Because it seems to me like the biggest issue you had about me talking to Andy Signore was it wasn't you. It wasn't you, Brittany, sorry. You wanted to talk to Andy. You didn't want me to do it. Why would he talk to her when I'm the one he did this to? Shouldn't he talk to me? That's how, I mean, I don't agree. I don't disagree with you. I think he should have talked to you or Jade. Matter of fact, I tried to get him to talk to Jade. But it's not my fault. He would rather talk to me. I was an outside entity to these sexual harassment stuff. You're correct. But to say that all these women were in this for attention, well, then what were you doing sending him videos, Brittany, that you admitted? You admitted that you did send him shit. You know, the video of him pleasuring himself while watching you full screen on his computer that you sent to him? The video you sent to him? So should we just say you wanted attention? Because it seemed like in that video you were very much enjoying yourself. And we never judged you for that, Brittany. Well, that's why we told you to tell the whole truth. Because yes, sometimes women do things in the moment and then they can regret it and withdraw consent. We've talked about this, Brittany. We've talked about this, Brittany. So what do you mean? We had to have been sexually harassed by Andy Signore to call him out for being a piece of shit? That's your argument? That's your, hey guys, just keep in mind, these women who are coming after me, these women who are hacking me and stalking me, oh, well, they weren't even sexual harassment victims, guys, so don't fucking listen to them because, like, they just want attention. How fucking dare you? How fucking dare you, Brittany? I'm such a nice person. No, you're a fucking trash person. That was the most disgusting thing that you could ever say about all these women. You spent 10 days with these women in real life, spending time with them. The fuck are you talking about? Right? I know, right? I try. I mean, I'm out here in these internet streets daily trying to get that every love and attention. Right? That's crazy. Now she's saying we all just wanted attention. Okay.
Of the situation, they don't care what's right. They just want the attention and the drama, and it's so stupid. That's what's stupid.
Yeah, you know what's stupid is you were fine with it when everybody was like cool with you, but now you're not cool with everybody because you got caught up lying and changing your fucking story and lying about us. But it's drama. You didn't want drama, Brittany, then you should have just like, move the fuck on, kept talking about Andy and left us the fuck out of it. Now you're telling people that we're fucking, you got people that are Andy's haters, which is obviously referring to us. Like, we're not fucking stupid. We're not stupid. When you sit there and say, well, I didn't say your names, but we know you're talking about us. Like, so you didn't say our names here. And she says that, I'm not going to say their names because I know they want attention. She ends on that note, right? But we know you're talking about us. Are you fucking, are you okay, Brittany? Like, are you okay? Are you okay? I don't think she is. I do not think this woman is okay.
Okay, so then that person told me that anyway. And so then in February, I get a message from somebody I did not expect to get a message from. And I'm like, I knew something was up, because this was after this person had told me that they were planning something, basically. And honestly, they couldn't do this alone. They did it with Andy Signore's help. And I won't mention their names because they enjoy attention. And if they connect themselves to the situation, that would be on them. But, so yeah, I get a...
So that was her video, right? So at the end, she says somebody who she didn't expect reached out to her and said that we were all planning something, guys. We were planning something and we couldn't do it without Andy Signore's help. First of all, you sound not like no better than Andy, because when the video of him released, right? What did he say, guys? Y'all remember? Y'all remember what he said when that video was released? It was either a really crazy deep fake, or we hacked his phone. Now this chick is saying that her shit's being hacked. Okay? Andy still to this day is using they hacked me and took something from me. She's doing the same thing. She's saying the same shit. Right? Now, that is her story about what happened with the fallout. Okay? She didn't want us to talk to Andy, or sorry, she didn't want me to talk to Andy, because there was no we. He wanted to talk to me. Okay? She didn't want me to talk to him because of the fact that she thought that if I talked to him, he would manipulate me or whatever. And then afterwards, the call was ended. Mind you, there was like 5 or 6 people on that call that night. Okay? So outside of her, there was me, there was Shadow, there was Nola Lola. I believe, was Nerd Girl Jean there? I think Nerd Girl Jean might have been. I don't remember she was there. I know Laura Bell was there. And I know Chris was there. And I think somebody else, Jade was there as well. So that's 6. And I think maybe one other person was there. So that might have been 7. So there's like 7 other people besides me and Brittany on that fucking call that can tell you that that is not how that went down. That was not how that went down. All right? 7 people outside of me and Brittany who can tell you this is all bullshit. All of it. All right? And thanks to my lovely friend here in the chat. She finally found, because she said she couldn't find it, but I think she had to go back and look. But we found the conversation. This was her reaction. Okay. Hang on. I'm trying to share it. Nope. Why is it taking so long? Everything takes forever to load. I had it up. I'm waiting for it on Gmail, because I feel like I could at least zoom in on Gmail so you guys can see the messages. All right, where is it? Where it starts? Is this the one? Okay. Oh shit! I zoomed in way too high. Okay. So, right here is her reaction after the phone call when we talked about me talking to Andy, if they had any questions they had or whatever, or, are they comfortable? Again, at first she did say no. She gave her reasons, but she didn't seem upset about it. She said that she gave us an attitude. She really didn't. There was no tone of attitude. It was more like she was concerned. She had more of a concerned tone, not an angry tone, not an attitude tone. So when she said that, it's like, that's bullshit. She did not have that kind of tone with us. But this is what we woke up to, or at least I woke up to, because I remember now, like, Jay did respond to this. So, oh my God, why is it doing that? So she says here, I just want all of you to realize, I don't care if I committed forgery or not. My background is no one's business. No one's. I don't give a fuck if he tells you that I forged a name. Hash was a call girl on a fucking Saturday Night Live. I don't give a fuck if he says something to Saggy and is able to pull up me giving in. Right here. This is the line right here. This is the one. I don't give a fuck if he says something to Saggy and is able to pull up me giving in after November 8th. This is where we all looked and said, what the fuck? She gave back consent. That's what she said exactly. I couldn't remember verbatim, but this is exactly what she said. Okay? Because November 8th was the day she told Andy, and the screenshots she provided, that she wanted to stay platonic. Okay? She forwarded that and said, I told him on November 8th that I wanted to stay platonic, and then by November 28th, he sent me that fat video. Okay? That is what she said. Now she's saying, I don't care now if he proves that I actually did give in after November 8th, because now it's coercion. This was never mentioned in her original story, by the way. She never mentioned that she gave in to Andy Signore after November 8th, between November 8th and November 28th. She never said any of this. Now it's coercion. This was information that I was not privy to before she stated this, which is why at the time, I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And why is she now saying that there's a possibility that she gave in and sent and was messing around with him after she said, let's stay platonic? Okay? I'm not fucking scared to go after this man illegally. I think you meant legally. Y'all do what you want, but I'm not gonna agree to it. Even though, but before she wrote this, she did say it's fine. If you guys want to talk, it's fine. I'm fine with it. She did say that. And there's like 7 people who can attest to that. If Andy does bring me up, he better watch the motherfuck out. If it's about Yami, make it about Yami. Yami is Andy Signore's wife, by the way. Sorry, I wasn't trying to bring her up, but she's in this post, you know. There will be no resolution with Andy. Just to warn y'all, my intuition is strong. I will not be doing any more phone calls tomorrow or anything. I love y'all, but this is my life, and Andy put a dent in it. That man makes me sick to my fucking stomach. If he publicly tries to damage my name, I will make his life fucking hell. At least I'm not some slutty ass con artist with 30 grand in the bank. Okay, love y'all. Good night. Have the conversation, right? So there she is saying, have the conversation with Andy, but keep me out of it. And he'd be wise not to fucking come at me again. So here she goes, right? We just heard her say recently, the video we watched was posted like a few days ago or something, right? So she just said she was not okay with me talking to Andy, but here in this post, she says, yeah, go ahead and talk to him. Just tell him not, just don't talk about me. And after she made this post, by the way, I told Andy to fuck off. I'm not going to have the conversation because Brittany didn't want me to. She clearly didn't want me to, so I didn't do it, right? But when we're trying to calm her down, right? Mind you, but like, I didn't even get a chance to process everything. I didn't get a chance to process that she just said that she gave into this man after November 8th, right? So I haven't even seen this message yet till early in the morning, but we'll get to it. Because she claims that everyone came at her, right? She claims everyone came at her, right? We all came at her because she had an attitude, right? She continues, right? She continues, goes on about this forgery thing, because that really set her off, right? She's like, I'm getting sick of my moral character being questioned by my own friends. You all really underestimate my intelligence. I observe and I feel a lot. I got too much good in me for my own fucking good, and at my own detriment. Oh my god, I can't even read sometimes. My past doesn't need to be the focus for anyone, especially y'all. Which again, no one fucking said that. When Andy Signore came into the chat, if y'all remember, and y'all remember that stream, what did we say on that stream? Who cares about her forgery charge, Andy? What does that have to do with your relationship with her? We said that same thing to her. Stop tripping over the forgery charge. It's a nothing burger. She focused on that. She was so pressed about that. And we understood why. Like, of course, Andy doing a background check on somebody, like, that's fucked up. That's creepy. We understood. But none of us questioned her about it. We didn't even talk about her forgery charge at all. We didn't even ask questions about her forgery charge. That's the crazy part. All of this shit she's saying here came out of left fucking field. Okay? Y'all want to tell me about all your arrests or troubles you've been into? I mean, we got to know this because of Andy, you know. I don't want to be surprised about my friends and something they may want to keep for themselves, you know. Makes perfect sense because our past really matters. I mean, I'm totally ready to make you all feel judged. Again, all of this came out of no fucking where. He could tell y'all she said she'd come hook up with me. So fucking what? Anything to get him to shut the fuck up. I didn't want him or his fucking dick or small dick. My bad. And let me forge this one more time. I don't have to tell anyone shit if I don't feel like it. And this was because all I asked is, if you guys have anything that you need to tell me before I have this conversation with him so I'm not blindsided, like, just let me know. This is what set her off to make this post. Like, now she's like, oh, well, I don't gotta tell you guys anything. It's like, bitch, what the fuck you mean you don't gotta tell me shit? The whole point of you even coming on and telling your story was to be fucking honest. Be fucking honest. Now you're saying, well, I don't gotta be honest. I don't gotta tell the truth. Like, the fuck you mean? The fuck you mean? Right. Everyone said it doesn't matter. It changes nothing. Exactly. And this whole post was like, holy shit, what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened, bro? Okay. Let's see. And then look who's responding. Look who's up and responding and still supporting her, right? He coerced me and pressured me. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. The story we didn't hear before that day, Brittany. We didn't hear about that story before this day. Do I have to go back and react to the first time you came on my channel and talked about it? Where was the story about you giving in after November 8th? We literally had all the receipts on the screen that you provided, and you never once said, oh yeah, between November 8th and the 28th, yeah, he coerced me, guys. Never once said that. Here's Jade. He did the same thing to me. I'm actually in the middle of making a post about it. Of fucking course he was going to twist it and make it look like we wanted it. So here's Jade defending Brittany, by the way, defending her, supporting her, not saying anything that questions her or puts doubt. She's like, hashtag me too, Brittany. We're in this together type fucking shit, right? So then Brittany, how come you're going at Jade and now saying she's a liar and now going at her? Huh? And where's my reaction? Because I wanted to show you guys the reaction. No, it's not this one. It's not this one either. Hold on. I know I have it. Like I said, it's like, here's another one. Here we go. Him telling Saggy that we were friends got me like, and this is again confirming that this was all happened after the live stream where Andy came in. You know what I'm saying? This shit's crazy. I'm seeing where my response is because I'm like, where the hell did I respond? This was not in order. Here I am, right here. Right here. She keeps going, right? This is when she keeps going. If I hear one more fucking time the word forgery, I'll fucking literally record myself fucking screaming. My fucking feelings matter too. Y'all do whatever the fuck you want. I'm gonna make sure this fucker ends up where he belongs. Okay? And this is me waking up at 8:10 in the morning. 8 o'clock in the fucking morning, guys. The fuck just happened? I don't know where any of that came from, but like we already said, if he wants to talk about Yami, and that's the focus, I already said if he tries to talk about or mention you, I just will say no, because she did say, well, I just don't want to be mentioned. She said in the cause, okay, well, we won't mention you. Say it right here. So at what point, guys, you tell me, at what fucking point what the hell? Where am I? Oh, I'm over here. I'm over here now. And now I'm over here. At what fucking point? At what point did we, any of us, turn on this woman, bully her, harass her, stalk her? When did that happen? Oh, it happened after, when it turned out, right? Here's the thing, because we got to go back to that forgery. Because remember, I said one woman did go at her after this happened. Because apparently this was not the first time that one of the people in the group heard about a forgery charge. And that person was Jade. And Jade thought that the forgery charge was about her. Because she thought that somebody was saying that she had a forgery charge. And she was thinking like, wait a minute. I have no idea what's going on here. Now she's all upset thinking that she had a forgery charge she didn't fucking know about. She's thinking it's about her. And she's talking to Brittany about it. And she got mad because she thought that Brittany knew the whole time that the forgery charge was about her, which I will say this, as of right now, I still stand, and Shadow's going to yell at me for it, but like, I think that maybe Brittany just didn't remember and thought maybe Jade also had a forgery charge, and she probably didn't think back like, oh, that might have been about me. I could be wrong, But I will give her that benefit of the fucking doubt, even though I shouldn't, because she's straight up lying on us. But Jade was upset because she felt like Brittany allowed Jade to feel like that forgery charge stuff was about her, and Jade was freaking out about it, and Brittany just sitting there letting Jade freak out and cry about it, thinking that she had a fucking criminal charge about something that she didn't know about, right? So Jade's freaking out, and Brittany's sitting there trying to console her, and then it turns out the forgery charge was actually about Brittany. So Jade was upset, and Jade lashed out on Brittany, and that's the only person who, well, she was 19. I mean, I'm just saying, if it was no big deal, it's whatever. I'm not gonna sit here and argue about people's memory, because my memory shit sometimes too. I'm just saying, overall, my point being is, the only person in that group who was actually upset with Brittany, and it was about that forgery situation, was Jade. You know what I'm saying? That was the only person that had nothing to do with anything outside of that. And Brittany knows that, and that's why I'm sitting here like, why are you making up lies, Brittany? And then wondering why people are sitting here looking at you like, so if you can lie about all this, what makes people think you're not lying about Andy? Which sucks, because Andy is still a piece of shit. But he's not a piece of shit for what he did to Brittany, because from what I can tell, I don't think I believe anything this chick says, other than the fact that, yeah, they had a sexual relationship. That is true, 100%. There's no denying that. But when she came on this platform, guys, the story she told is that on November 8th, she withdrew consent. And Andy sent her a video of him jerking off to her and on November 28th. Okay? 2 weeks, basically, after she said no. And we had no context for the middle, and that's on me. I probably should have asked. Oh, wait, I'm pretty sure she just kept harping on the fact that she said, let's be platonic, and then she changed her tune and said, oh, by the way, even if Andy does happen to show you proof that I gave in after November 8th, now it's coercion. But we bullied her, bro. We bullied her, guys. We bullied her. One person got mad at her. And I even told that person, I told Jade, I said, Jade, just let it go, man. Let her talk her shit, man. Like, it's over. Let's walk our separate ways. Let's just stop. And trust me, they were mad at me for telling them so. Well, why can she go on there and talk shit? Because just let her fucking talk her shit, man. Why do we have to keep feeding into this shit? Like, if she wants to be mad, bro. Let her crash out. Okay? Jade is the only one that actually really went in on her because of the forgery shit, and that's it. And then after that, even Jade calmed down. She's like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't even want to fight with this bitch no more. And nobody did. We all stayed silent. And now whoever she's talking about saying we're planning something, what the fuck were we planning? Bitch, you know I was going through some shit with my fucking ex in the real world. You fucking serious? Like, I didn't have fucking the mental capacity to fucking deal with your ass and deal with my real life shit. So what the fuck did I do? And to be quite honest, Shadow and Nola Lola barely had time for that either, because they were too busy taking care of me, making sure I was in a good mental state with the shit I was going through. Jade was doing her own fucking thing. Nobody was doing shit to this fucking bitch. No one was saying shit about this bitch privately or publicly until she started crashing out on social media saying that we fucking hacked her and that we were fucking stalking her and harassing her, which never fucking happened. And she has not shown a single ounce of fucking evidence other than random accounts that she's trying to fucking associate with fucking us. And then when she says, well, if you guys are gonna fucking react to this and say, all this, well, then it must be true. You must be you. Well, you are literally painting that narrative. We know you're talking about us. The difference is, Brittany, I'm not afraid of saying your fucking name. I want people to know the person who fooled everyone into believing that Andy Signore legitimately did you dirty. The only thing that dirty he did to you is he kicked you out. Brittany. Because you know what's fucked up? No one genuinely, and that was on me. I didn't actually genuinely ask her why she left that community, because after everybody else left, she was still there. Brittany, you literally lied for Andy. Do you forget that you lied for Andy Signore? He asked you, and this is evidence you provided for us. I'm gonna have to get that fucking Google Documents up. If I get that Google Documents up, I'm gonna have to edit it a little bit and take out all the parts where fucking Brittany lied. Oh wait, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm actually gonna keep it as fucking is. But Andy Signore, if you catch wind of this, don't fucking take it down like you did last time. Because if this fucking chick wants to keep lying, I'm gonna remind people she provided the fucking evidence that she lied for Andy. By the way. She provided the evidence she was lying for Andy. Andy asked her to lie for him and say that there was nothing going on between them. And she agreed. And she did just that. Because before I got these women on my channel, I re-uploaded the original video by a woman named Raven, who posted the video and told her story about what was going on and insinuated that there was, relationships Andy was having with some of the women in the community, which was mostly referencing Brittany. And when Andy caught wind of that, Andy said, you need to tell them the truth. Tell them that there's nothing going on between us, which clearly was a lie because we now have proof that they had a relationship. He eventually had to admit it because the fucking video, the parody dropped, right? So he had to admit that he was in a relationship with her. He admitted it, and that fucking, what was it, the NBC News article that was written by Cat 10 Barge? He admitted in that article that he had a consensual relationship. Okay? But he wanted Brittany to lie, and lie she did. Because at that point, I didn't have Brittany on the channel. I didn't have any of the women on the channel to talk about this story yet. I was reacting to Raven's video. And after that video, there were some people in the chat who mentioned Brittany in my chat. And Brittany was watching. And she messaged me on an alt account and said, hey, I'm the girl that they're referring to in the chat. I just want you to know a lot of those girls are lying. They don't trust them. Yeah, that was Brittany. Brittany did that. So she was willing to lie for Andy, but no one actually asked her, and that's on us. We should have probably asked her, what the fuck happened? Why did you leave Andy's community? Why did you leave his clutches? Because Andy kicked her ass out. Because she fucking told people what they was doing. And she was so betrayed. So like when we talk about revenge porn, I mean, there you go. Andy now has legit probable cause to say it's revenge porn. Because you did this for revenge, Brittany. Because if you didn't do this for revenge, you want to talk about the right thing, you should have never fucking lied. You should have told the whole truth. You can't just tell, I told you this, Brittany. You can't come on my channel. You can't go on anywhere online and get bits and pieces and hope to God, fling some shit at the wall and see what fucking sticks and think that was okay. That's true. Oh, yeah, that is true. You did tell me it was Brittany. Ray, fact or lie? I said to you that night that it was Brittany messaging you. That's true because I did say, does anyone know who this is? You know? I think she enjoyed the attention and realized she could use it to get more attention. Oh, 100%. 100%. No one did nothing to this woman. We believed her. We believed her. That's all we did. We believed her. We trusted her. And the moment that Andy comes in the chat to talk about a forgery charge, which he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. And it worked. It did exactly what Andy Signore set out to do. And now she hasn't stopped crashing out since. Right. Everyone took her at her word, but not just her word. She had receipts. She had so many screenshots and videos. You know what I'm saying? Now she's accusing us of stealing her sex videos that she sent to people. And I'm just sitting here like, how? Why? Why would anyone want that? And I'm only saying that because somebody had told me, this is word of mouth at this point, someone told me that that was an accusation she was saying around the time that she was in a relationship with that said person. That said, yeah, she was saying how, you know, you guys were hacking into her devices or stole her phone or some shit and took some videos and posted on porn websites. I'm like, bitch, we didn't even post Andy shit on porn website. The fuck you talking about? And if you and think about it, if I was capable, if anyone was capable of hacking anyone's device to get kind of like privy information like that, wouldn't we have done that and got all that information from Andy? Have you seen my YouTube layout? Does it look like I have the tech savviness to be fucking a hacker? Does Shadow or any of these women look like they can hack? You know, some of these women can't even function their social medias. No offense, I love y'all, but like some of them can't even function their social medias, but now they're hackers, bro. You literally are no better than Andy. You are a vindictive, vengeful woman who is gonna like it'd be one thing if you were just honest and said you were mad at us because you felt like we were coming at you, which you did say, and we told you no, that's not what we were doing. Like, I'm sorry you felt that way, but no. There was no communication. She just wanted to crash out. It's like she was just looking for a reason to cut us off. She lied to my face. There was an incident. Sorry, I gotta bring it up, Shadow. There was an incident where a lot of these girls were mad at me. A lot of these girls and two of my guy friends were in a group chat and they were upset with me. They were upset with me. And when I found out about it, we talked it out, most of us. And then I got hit up by Brittany. And Brittany said, "Oh, Ray, I wasn't saying anything about you. I didn't badmouth you or anything. That's not me. I'm a good person. I would never do that. Everybody else is mad and stuff, but I never said anything about you." Well, lo and behold, I eventually got sent screenshots of that text group and saw what everybody was saying about me. And guess who was lying? Guess who didn't tell the truth? Guess who was the only person, when we talked about this, did not admit that they had issues with me? Brittany. Brittany had a lot to say about me in that conversation as well, where everybody else admitted, yeah, I said this because I was feeling this type of way. I don't care. People, I don't expect everyone to like love me 24/7. Like I don't blame anyone for venting or talking shit about me behind my back. Sometimes everybody do it. Everybody be doing it. Everybody gets frustrated with somebody. They're going to talk shit. If it's not that serious where they feel like they have to talk to me directly, maybe they just need to talk shit, get out their system and figure out if it's important enough to bring up to me or not. I am a very understanding person. And every single person who was part of that group chat admitted to the things they said and told me why they said and how they felt. And I apologized and I'm sorry I made you feel that way. We all talked it out. But Brittany was the only one who contacted me and said she said nothing bad about me. Well, the lie detector determined that was a lie because I saw the fucking shit you said. I saw the shit you said. But believe her, guys. She's a victim of Andy because she says so. Because she changed the story 3 fucking times. But trust her, bro. We're the bullies. We are the bullies. I said, listen, if you want to bully Brittany, I'll be your bully. You want a villain of this story, I'll be the villain. Because clearly, Andy ain't going to give a fuck. You already lost that battle with Andy. And yes, we 100% all said at this point, yes, you totally hurt everyone's credibility. Yes, you did. That's just a fact. That's just a fucking fact. You hurt everyone's credibility with this because, like, you were the first woman. We told you Andy Signore was going to make you the April. Congratulations. You proved that you are the April of the situation. No one's going to listen to you other than your alt accounts or your family members or whoever's running those accounts on social media. Because don't forget, Brittany, I still have every single stream and video featuring you talking about this story. All I have to do is unprivate it. And I'll let you in the past speak the truth. We'll put you in the past versus you in the present and see which lies add up. And I really would rather not do that. I would rather not be doing this. I didn't want to do yesterday's stream anyways, but she just won't fucking stop. Andy Signore's hacking me. You guys are pathetic. You guys won't stop talking about me. We show us where. Show people proof. Brittany, we've literally talked about this before. You need to show proof before you make claims. Because when the truth finally is revealed, you're the one with egg on your face, not us. Not us. You. You could say, well, they're all fake. They were never my friends. We were all your friends, Brittany. We all cried. We all mourned losing you. When you were going crazy on us, I kid you not, guys, you tell me, she said, all we want is attention. She said, and I kid you not, Shadow was there. Shadow could tell you. Nola Lola was there. Nola Lola could tell you. Jay could tell you. Her ex could tell you. Both her exes could tell you. She said, y'all would have nothing if it wasn't for me. If it wasn't for her, guys, we'd have nothing. Nothing. Way to take credit for multiple women dealing with Andy Signore, whether it's sexual or not. Way to take full credit, like other women didn't exist. Y'all tell me, again, like I said, y'all tell me if that sounds like a good person. Y'all would have nothing if it wasn't for me. I'm a good person. Y'all are coming at me. No one came at her. No one came at her except for Jade. And Jade had a reason to come at her. Whether I agree with that reason or whether I don't agree with that reason, that is neither here or there. Jade at least had a reason, and it had nothing to do with anything she said. Other than when Jade realized that the forgery charge was not about her, and it was about Brittany, and she felt like Brittany allowed her, meaning Jade, to panic and freak out because she had no idea what they were talking about. She felt hurt. That's it. So she lashed out. No one did. Shadow didn't lash out on Brittany. Nola Lola didn't lash out on Brittany. I did not lash out on Brittany. Until her boyfriend got us on a 3-way call. And she kept lying on the phone with me. And I'm like, are you serious? You gonna lie straight to my face? And then I snapped on her. And then that was it. That was it. So again, I ask you guys who are listening to this, that see the receipts, that heard her side or her recollections of events. You've heard my recollection of events. You seen how it went down. You guys tell me who's lying. Who's lying? Do you guys think that I just woke up one day and said, you know what? I think we should all go and attack Brittany, the first woman who came out about Andy Signore. I think we should do that. I think we should call her a liar. And even though we know she's telling the truth, guys, let's call her a liar anyways. Do you guys think that happened? Do you guys honestly think that happened? Do you honestly think that was the plan all along? Do you honestly believe that we are working with Andy Signore to smear her? No offense, Brittany, but Andy barely cares about me. And I at least do YouTube. I'm a content creator. He gives less of a fuck about you. He gives less of a fuck about you. He don't even want to sue you for a crime he is accusing you of committing. And I'm not saying that to be mean. It's just the fucking truth. Like, why do you think that we really care enough about you to do all the shit you're accusing of us doing for Andy Signore? Bitch, I gotta go fund me up because I'm dirt broke. You think this motherfucker's gonna pay me to turn on you? That's insane. That's absolutely fucking loony. There's something going on with you, and it has nothing to do with Andy. It has nothing to do with us. It all has to do with whatever the fuck's going on in your brain. And this is your reality check. You need one. You need to be fucking like, this is your rock bottom, honey. Because this is insanity. This is absolutely insanity. I tried so hard to keep all these women together, and I cannot tell you. You can ask Shadow, because Shadow tried too. I cannot tell you how stressful, how many fights we had to go through, how many friends we lost and came back and then lost again. Like, there was so much fucking drama trying to keep everyone to fucking together and to support one another. That's why for me and for these women, the fucking shit that happened with Brittany, that shit fucking hurts. Because that shit came out of fucking nowhere. Nowhere. And at the time, she claimed she wasn't even mad at me. Like, she messaged me, I'm not even mad at you. We're good. She's telling other people that, oh no, we're good. We're good. My real issue is with this person and this person. And then she's telling those people, the exact opposite stuff. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You're a grown ass woman. I hate to ever agree with Andy on anything, but when he said some of these fucking women were fucking drama, Brittany just proved him right. You want to talk about we're all drama? Well, what the fuck do you think you were doing? You were right involved in all the drama, Brittany. You were there for it, honey. Anytime there was a phone call about, oh my God, some drama's going down, you was on those fucking calls. Yes, you were. Yes, the fuck you were. You were in it until you weren't in it, and that was your fault. No one forced you out. We tried to console you, comfort you, make you feel like, hey, listen, we understand. It's fucked up. Andy did a background check on you. I get it. You have every right to be upset, but you took it out on us. Like, we were the ones who did it. Like, we were the ones looking at Andy like, oh my God, he just dropped a bomb on Brittany. Oh my God, Brittany, how could you have a forgery charge that we didn't know about when you were 19? Oh my God, you lied to us. No, that never happened. We told her it didn't matter. It had nothing to do with what happened between you and Andy. He just did that to shake you up, and it fucking clearly worked. Shit, I wish Andy was paying me for this. This would be fucking fantastic. I can get some boba tea. Some more boba tea. The fuck? Y'all got me totally fucked up about this Andy Signore shit. And I stopped talking about Andy, did I not? I stopped talking about Andy. I stopped talking about Brittany. I stopped talking about it. Last time I even brought her up was when when Jade was still coming around talking about it, right? And we would bring up, like, we still kept saying what, that whole relationship with him and Brittany was wrong. Like, it was still wrong. Y'all shouldn't have been doing that. But we still defended her. Even to this day, I still defend her. That forgery charge had fuck all to do with her relationship with Andy Signore. I still stand by that. But what else do you want me to do, Brittany? You over here trying to smear everybody. Again, you're no better than Andy. That's why I called you in the title, the female Andy Signore, because that is what you are. You're doing the same exact shit that he literally did to us. We're crazy. We're liars. Oh, they're lying. They hacked my phone. They hacked my shit. The same shit that Andy said is what you are now saying. Do you not look in the mirror and look at yourself and be like, damn, I really am acting like Andy right now? Let's do a comparison, guys. Did Andy Signore and Brittany accuse people of hacking their devices and stealing videos? Yes, they both did. Did Andy Signore and Brittany basically call all of us liars and say that we cannot be trusted? Yes, they did. Did Andy Signore and Brittany both have a sexual relationship with each other? Yes, they did. Did Brittany and Andy have a sexual relationship with other people in the YouTubers community, whether it be their own community or another YouTubers community? Yes, they did. I could keep going on about the similarities between Brittany and Andy Signore right now. I said this yesterday. I really do firmly believe, my opinion, my theory, was the reason why she left the community is because Andy got rid of her. Because she opened her mouth and told people that she and him were having a relationship online, that they were having a sexual relationship online. And that got out. And because of Andy's past, he couldn't afford to have that come out, so he kicked her to the side. He got rid of her before it got worse. And then she had nowhere to go but go back to those women who she confided in and that supported her and believed her, which is why they basically got fucking I know they left, but they still low-key got ousted. They got deemed drama and troublemakers over there because they fucking talked about what they knew about Brittany and Andy. I even said this to Andy when I talked to him. I said, you do understand that the reason why this all happened was because Brittany opened her fucking mouth. And you blame the moderators, these women who obviously are going to feel some type of way about that information. When you have a woman coming to you and saying, I'm having this uncomfortable relationship with a fucking big YouTuber, and they're just sitting there like, oh shit, that's crazy. And they reacted. You're blaming these women. It was Brittany's mouth. Don't forget, she was the reason initially why these women, these moderators, these former moderators, were pretty much exiled from the community after they left, right? And deemed troublemakers. And then Brittany was the first person who came out and told everybody about the relationship with Andy and shit anyways. Because at that point, she couldn't control it. She couldn't get the women to stop talking about it. They already knew what was going on. The fucking Band-Aid was ripped off. The fucking Pandora's box was open. You can't put it back in the box. So when she couldn't get control of the situation like Andy asked her to, he got rid of her. And she was probably hurt by that. So she came to the only place she could, these women. And because these women were already linked up with me, because I was talking about their experience over there and how they were treated in that community, which, by the way, they didn't even bring up Brittany on the streams that we did talk about it. One person did come in and say it, but the other women were like, we don't want to bring it up. It's not our story to tell. So we were already talking about Andy and the shit that happened with the mods. And then Brittany, because she had no place to go, she linked up with them. Was like, oh yeah, we got this YouTuber named Saggy Melons who's covering Andy. She's been covering Andy for a little bit. And she's interested in hearing our story and letting us talk. You should talk to her. And that's how I met Brittany. And she seemed like a sweet woman, just like Andy seemed like a sweet guy. Very charming. Very nice. Very cool to talk to. And then they said, oh my God, she got a video. I said, ain't no way she got a video. No, ain't no way Andy sent a fucking video to a woman on the internet. Like, what the fuck? And then the rest of you guys already know. But that's why I think why she did what she did, because I think that if Andy still kept her over there, she'd still be over there. I don't think she ever really genuinely wanted to end that relationship she had with him. I think what came down to is she found out she was not the only one. And that's why she said, I wanted to stay platonic, because she found out that she wasn't the only woman that he was messing with. Now, all of a sudden, she finds out, there's other women. Well, I just want to be platonic now. I'm not sharing you. I'm already sharing you with your fiance. Why the fuck would I share you with other women on the internet? That's crazy. That's just my theory. My theory, guys. Don't take that as fact. That is my theory. I don't know if that's what happened, because I don't know. I don't know where the truth is with this woman anymore, because, again, if you are willing to lie about people who did nothing to you but support you, platform you, be there for you, spend 10 days with you, going to a fucking convention, helping you out, being there for you, listening to you cry, being genuine friends with you, if you could lie about us like that, what are the things we don't know about you? That's one thing I learned with my ex, right? The lies that my ex told me were one thing. It's the lies that I don't know about. It's always the lies you don't know. Because if you're capable of lying about that shit, what else are you hiding? Threatening to leak conversations that she apparently archived of like certain people. Like, what kind of friend does that? I'm still like dumbfounded about that. Like, who archives every conversation you're having with somebody you call a friend, only later to try to use that to smear them because all of a sudden you decide to crash out because Andy brought up a fucking forgery charge that happened to you when you were 19 years old. Who fucking cares? Till this day, nobody should fucking care. Him even bringing it up still is like, who fucking cares? I even brought that up to him another thing I brought up to him too when we talked. I said, why the fuck are you still talking about the forgery charge? That has nothing to do with what happened. Well, Ray, you gotta understand. Well, you gotta understand. if she was willing to forge something, then, you know, she's obviously capable of lying. The fact that you won't put two and two together means you're fucking stupid. And I'm like, I'm not stupid. I'm just not dumb enough to believe that you're trying really hard to pin this woman for a forgery charge that happened when she was a fucking teenager and compare it to her saying you guys had a sexual relationship, which you fucking did. Which you did. That's the craziest part about it. And then, like I said, then came the whole fucking change.org petition to cancel him and all this shit. And I'm just sitting here like, I gotta step back, y'all. I can't. I ain't trying to cancel this man. I want to hold him accountable, not get him deplatformed. You know, time will do that on its own. Eventually, he's gonna piss off somebody who is bigger, and he'll probably fuck up again, and it'll be bad, and then boom, he's gone. But it wasn't gonna happen. I wasn't trying to deplatform him. I wanted him to be held accountable. And she's talking about, oh, well, like she said, you know, this person says that, you know, Andy owes people an apology. Well, some of these people weren't sexually harassed, so that means they don't get an apology. Hey, I'm sorry, Shadow, that I was an asshole to you and I treated you like shit. I'm sorry, Shadow. No, Lola, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that, you know, when you were part of the community and you were doing all this free work for me, you know, for doing all the research for my fucking news stories and stuff. I'm sorry that I made you feel like shit and called you a troublemaker and all this shit because it was actually really one person who really started that. I'm sorry. Hey, Jade, I'm sorry that I freaked out on you like I did. I know we were friends and I felt hurt, but like, I'm sorry if I made you feel hurt. I'm sorry for, you know, accusing you of extortion and blackmail or whatever. I'm sorry about that. I just panicked and freaked out because this whole situation with Brittany was insane to me. You know, it's not that hard to just, you know, say sorry. You don't have to be sexually harassed to be owed an apology for something. I feel like a lot of y'all are owed an apology. Not Brittany, though. I think you owe Andy an apology. I think you owe him an apology, Brittany. Because you came on my platform and changed your story multiple times. You owe him an apology for lying about him. Because after all this shit, I really don't believe that at any point in time she genuinely was not trying to, like, do something with this man. Because it was a pattern, Brittany. What happened after Andy? 2 men in my community you got in a relationship with. I was very supportive of both of those relationships, despite the fact the first one ended pretty messy. But what did I tell you? I said, I'm staying out of it. I'm staying out of it. And you caused a wedge in those relationships between me and those people twice. Twice, Brittany. Till this day, I don't really even talk to the other person. And matter of fact, those 2 dudes I referred to, they used to be cool before that chick fucking ruined that friendship completely, beyond obliterated that relationship. But hey, we're the problem, guys. This woman who had a relationship with Andy and 2 other guys in my community. And now, and by the way, the last one, she's accusing of shit with that one too. Now she's accusing that one of abuse. I've known that man for years. No woman that I've met has ever said that he laid their hands on him. That man got daughters, all daughters, with the first boy on the way. By the way, congratulations. That man got all daughters. You think that he wouldn't put his hands on a man who put their hands on their daughter? Oh wait, he did do that. He did do that. He put his hands on a man who put their hands on his daughter, but he over there abusing you, and you didn't go for the cops. Why? As somebody who is a former victim, why wouldn't you go to the cops? You've been down this road before. Why wouldn't you call the cops on that man? Matter of fact, why wouldn't you call the cops on Andy if you think he's hacking you? Why wouldn't you call the cops on us if you think we're hacking you? If you think we are confessing to a crime we are telling you we did not commit. If you are accusing us of admitting to a crime just because we know who you're referring to and just because you don't say names, like, you do understand, just like Rican Ranger, I don't need you to say my name to talk about it and know that you're talking about me. I don't need for you to say my name directly. I could have done this whole stream and not said your name at all, but you would know I'm talking about you, wouldn't you? So please, go to the police. Drop your receipts. Because I would love to know. I would love to know who's actually fucking with you on the internet. Because it's definitely not me. And I'd love to know if it's Shadow, well, then I'll have to deal with Shadow. If it's Nola Lola, I'm going to have to deal with Nola Lola. If it's Jade, I'm going to have to deal with Jade. But I would like to know who the fuck is actually fucking with you. Because I don't believe it's any of the people over here. We haven't really thought about you, talked about you in almost a year now. And then you over there bothering Jade, like Jade would sit there talking shit about you on her platform or something like what? Yeah, this one right here, which is still up, by the way. Like, go to the police. I get so tired. Andy too. Stop doing this shit online where you're like, oh my god, these people are committing crimes against me, but I don't want to go to the cops about it. Well, I guess no crime's being committed then if you don't want to report it. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. I guess a crime ain't really committed if you ain't trying to report it. Andy said he didn't want to sue Brittany because she's a single parent. I say, I don't care if you're a fucking single parent. That doesn't give you any rights to lie about me or commit a crime against me. That's not a good reason to let somebody get away with crime, guys. So, hey, guys, if you want to go out and commit crime, have a kid and be a single parent. Because that way you could get away with everything. Just commit a crime and then become a parent. And then get rid of your significant other. You know? That way you can say whatever you want about people on the internet. You can say lies about people on the internet. That's what I'm about to do. Brittany, you can't call the cops on me. I have my dog. That's my child. You're gonna orphan my dog. You're gonna orphan baby because you over here getting mad because I don't believe you anymore. You're gonna get mad at Shadow and all these other people who don't believe you anymore. So now you're just gonna lie about us and say that we're involved with Andy Signore with absolutely no proof. You know what's funny is the person, apparently somebody told her that we were planning something like back then and nothing came of it. Like what came of it? She claims that people started fucking with her around that time and that had something to do with us because we were planning something, guys. This whole time, like we didn't have our own lives. Shadow's been working, taking care of her family. Everybody was doing their own thing, but all of a sudden we were doing our own thing. Being quiet. I was doing my streams here and there. Hell, I took a break from the internet for 3 months. But hey, we just sit here plotting and planning to go after and smear Brittany this whole time. Right. That's like, yeah, that was like, yeah, Andy calling us Amber Heard supporters. Right. That's what it came down to, guys. Where we were all just sitting here plotting and planning all about Brittany. Like, we were so obsessed with her, guys. That's what she said. We're obsessed with her. So obsessed with her. All of us. We're all obsessed with her. I see Simply Bell in the chat. What's up? Yeah, Simply Bell, did you know that we're obsessed with her? That we were plotting and planning. Let me tell you, the majority of the conversations I've had with these women since, like, you know, Brittany, like, left us was mostly just talking about, like, our personal shit we had going on with our own lives and talking about how Andy's still kind of a piece of shit. And, you know, we did talk about Brittany in the very beginning because we were all fucking confused, but we all kind of just let it go after a while and said, you know what, fuck it. You know, we're just going to let her do her own thing and we're just going to do our own thing. And Jade still wants to talk about what happened. So we'll just focus on Jade. We'll have Jade come on and talk about it. And that's what we did. That's literally what we did. We just talked about Jade and her experience with Andy. Meanwhile, Brittany over there telling everybody, you know, outing people that she talked to that haven't been public yet. Talking about women's stories that they didn't want out there yet because they wanted to be the ones to tell that when they were ready to do so, if they were ready to do so. But Brittany over there saying, you know what, I'm just going to say it. And don't get me wrong, I agreed. I was like, you know, these women really should say it. Like, they really need to just come forward and say it. Stop being afraid. We've all said that many times, like, you know, I wish they would just come forward and say something. Because, like, talking to me doesn't, you know, I can't I'm not the one that this happened to. Y'all got to come forward. And I was getting a little frustrated 100%. I'm very honest about that. I've spoken about that before. But Brittany said, fuck it, YOLO, and she just said it. She just said it. She posted on our social media pages. By the way, Andy Signore R-worded a woman and got her pregnant. She said that. That's what she said. Which again, as I said the other day when I covered this, the woman in question, when we asked her if she felt like she was R-worded because it sounded like that's what she was saying, she said no. I don't feel that I was R-worded. We're like, you sure? Because like it kind of sounds like no. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say I was R-worded. And Brittany knew that. Brittany knew that because we talked about it. We talked about it. Y'all, I told Ray last night, hey, none of y'all ready for us to be emotional. You have no idea what that would look like. Facts. I mean, Brittany, it looks like you assembled the Avengers. We got Simply Bell back in the chat. We got Shadow here. You're just assembling the Avengers. Like, you want to say we're bullies. We're not bullies. We're just telling the truth. We're telling the truth. Like I said, we had fucking 7 people who witnessed that call that we just listened to you fucking lie about. 7 people were in that call that night. You think I want to sit here and admit that Andy was right about anything? Absolutely fucking not. But like you said, we got to do the right thing. The right thing will always be the top of my priority list. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys to save face. I fucked up. I should have vetted her better. I should have vetted the other chick better too. This was a big story. I've been said I wasn't qualified to cover it. It's the first time I had to cover something like that before. I made mistakes. So I don't do true crime. If you make mistakes, that's your ass. But I have to swallow my pride and say, yeah, that we got bamboozled. I don't know what else to tell y'all. And I'm sorry. I completely apologize for allowing 2 women now to come on this platform and say shit that wasn't 100% on the up and up. You know? Like, I don't understand why this chick is like saying the shit she's saying. Like, we're hurt. We're hurt too. But the question is like, we're looking at you like, why are you hurt? What did we do? You say we bullied you, and I've shown proof. You didn't seem very bullied in the chat. You didn't seem that hurt in the chat or bullied in the chat when Jade was the only one responding to you that night, saying, you know, I'm here for you. I support you. He did that to me too. That's how I was feeling. But yet here you guys are a year later going at Jade like she's a fucking monster. Like she lied. She didn't, her story, like I said, Shadow said her story didn't change. When Andy came in and came at her, she didn't hesitate. She didn't fumble. She never changed her story. She was actually pretty calm. She was upset, but she wasn't like freaking out. She didn't crash out like you did. And she was the other woman with you. On your side. How fucking dare you? Just because she came at you because she was upset because she thought that you lied to her. And if somebody thinks they lied to you, they're going to be upset. Nate, we're talking about the first girl who came out about Andy Signore. Yeah, and Jade would have talked to Andy, would still to this day have that conversation. Exactly. And that's like I said, her biggest issue that night was because Andy wasn't going to talk to her. And because she was worried that Andy was going to show me stuff that I didn't know before and look at her and be like, bitch, you didn't tell me this. Even though I literally said to her, if you have anything you need to say to me before I have this conversation, just tell me now. Just tell me now. And then she's like, well, I don't have to tell you guys everything. We got to keep our secrets. Not when you're trying to expose somebody for something wrong they did to you. You can't withhold information. You can't. Like, guys, if I told you a story about like Andy Signore and I left a bunch of shit out and then that comes out, does that make me look like an honest person? Well, why did you leave this part out? Because that's exactly what everyone thought. Why did you leave this part out? Why didn't you feel like this was an important thing to say? Because you knew that the moment that everyone found out that you gave in and sent him some stuff and he sent you some stuff when you guys were back to having that type of relationship, everyone's going to look at you like, what's the problem? What did he actually do then? But I told you what he actually did, right? Because to me, it's like the consent thing was a big thing. Like, holy shit, you didn't consent and he still sent that to you? That's insane. That's a big, huge deal. But it still kind of was a big deal anyways, that in 2017, he had similar accusations against him and that got swept in the rug. And now fast forward, these new women are coming forward having the same type of relationship with him. You're looking at him like, what the fuck you doing, dog? Right? Had she just told the whole truth, okay, well, that still would have been a factor. That still would have been the focus. Like, why are you having this relationship with these women, Andy? What are you doing? What are you doing? You just did this back in 2017. Why are you still having relationships with these people? But instead, she decided to try to make it sound worse by saying that there was no consent. Because that's the key word. That's what people really care about more than anything else, is consent versus no consent, right? It's worse when there's no consent. It's just grimy when there is consent and you're looking at this man like, you kind of a sex pest, my dog. You got a problem, right? But there's no crime that was committed unless something was done without someone's consent. And that's where he kept saying, well, they're accusing me of a crime. They're accusing me of a crime. I was like, I didn't accuse you of crime. It's just a gross thing to do. Like, sending a woman a dick pic or something without them asking for is kind of crazy. And she keeps saying, well, I never wanted it. I never wanted it. Girl, stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. Yeah, you ever know a woman who has they've been with a dude for a long time and then they break up and it's a bad breakup and all of a sudden they're like, oh, you got a tiny dick. I mean, let's be real, we know Andy has a tiny dick, but like, you sit there and you bash this person saying, oh, well, you're ugly and I never was really attracted to you. Well, you fucked me for the last 3 years of this relationship. What do you mean I'm unattractive? Like, were we not in a relationship for 3 years? Were you never attracted? Like, how are you going to sit there and say you were never attracted to me or my sex was bad and all this shit you're saying? You had no problem with it when we were doing it for 3 years. Now that we're broke up and you're mad at me, now all of a sudden there's a problem. That's exactly what she did to Andy, bro. She was fucking fine with it until she wasn't, until she got fucking kicked to the curb. That's my personal opinion, by the way. I'm not saying that as a fact, my personal opinion, because like I don't understand what other explanation there is for why she's doing this, why she's acting like this, until it happened and we all kind of like woke up and said, oh shit, this chick's been fucking lying about shit this whole time. What the fuck? Because again, if she's capable of lying about us, like of course we're gonna look at her sideways like she lied about Andy. Like that's a normal fucking human reaction, people. That's a normal reaction, guys. If this happened to you, would you not feel the same way? If all of a sudden somebody just out of the blue started lying about you, you would not look at them like, oh, well, if you're lying about us and we know that shit's bullshit, what makes you think we're going to believe you about other things you've said? She broke the side chick rule, number one rule. She was pissed that she wasn't the only one. Which, again, I don't even fault her for that, okay? Like, I wouldn't fault her for that. Men can be grimy, all right? But here's the weird part when you say that. She was pissed that she wasn't the only one. He has a fiance. Like, he has a wife now. She was his fiance, and now she's his wife. She was always not the only one. She was always not the only one. That's one thing about all these women that were involved. If you thought that you were the only one that he was messing around with, like, no offense, love y'all, I understand, but like, shame on y'all, because you knew he had a fiance. You knew he had a fiance, so you weren't the only one. You just thought you were the only one that he was messing around on her, or sorry, I want to say messing around on her because I don't know their relationship. According to him, he said in my chat, they who cares? They might have an open relationship. That's fine. But at the end of the day, y'all knew that he had a woman at home. You were just upset that y'all weren't the only other side chick, basically. You know what I'm saying? You know? If you knew this man had a whole ass fiance, you should have just kept that. If you were fine with the relationship, then been fine with the relationship. Later, Pamster. So I don't know what to tell y'all. I don't know what to tell y'all. But that's the God honest truth. And you either could believe it with the evidence I provided, and if she wants to keep going, I'm sure we can dig up more because like I said, nobody had issues with her towards the end. Yes, there were some issues in the middle with her and some of the women over, again, a relationship issue, you know, between her and a guy she was seeing, right? And that got messy because, you know, we were all friends with each other and that got messy as they do. But after that, you know, everyone patched things up and everyone thought things were fine. And then, like, apparently they weren't fine because, you know, maybe she was holding on to some resentment, which again, I stayed out of that shit. She hit me up and said, you know, this is going on. And I said, I don't want nothing to do with it. This is a personal issue between y'all grown ass adults. I got no stake in this issue. Right. And then her and the person she was mad at got made up and they were fine again. And then they weren't. I guess there was some still holding some resentment or animosity towards that person. Whatever the issue really was, it just exploded, and then it became everyone's a bunch of bullies. Like, listen, women always talk. Women always gossip. That's just a thing that women do. I mean, men do it too, but women are very known for that. Okay, they all did it. Everybody does it, right? All the women do gossip. I gossip here and there. You know, it's not the end of the world. Gossip happens. You know, but to sit here and solely put blame on one group of people and not take any accountability for your own actions is absolutely absurdity. The audacity of this woman to go and make a video and just fucking lie like we weren't there, like there weren't numerous witnesses, like there weren't receipts, is insane to me. And it's absolutely painful to watch somebody you once cared about and trusted. You know, I trusted her. We all trusted each other, and for all this bullshit to happen, it's sitting there like, why, bro? No one would have judged you, Brittany. No one would have judged you if you just said, yeah, after that I gave in. You know, he was very pushy. Okay, we understand that. As women, we've dealt with men like that. We could have understood that. I don't see what the issue really was. Nobody told her that she was wrong or she was lying until we looked at the situation and her reaction and looked at the shit she said and was like, wait a minute, this ain't right. Something's wrong here. What just happened? We were all on the same page until we weren't on the same page, and that was because she flipped the script. She flipped it. She rewrote it overnight. Right after that call, she thought about it and she said, you know what, I'm going to rewrite the script. Like, the fuck? You just decided to write the script. We got the production coming. We're going to fucking shoot this shit, but you just rewrote the script last minute. Now we got to change everything up? That's basically what it was like, bro. Like, it was like, what? I mean, Brittany, you are welcome to come back on this platform and tell me the lies that we've told. Tell us what happened from your perspective. You're welcome to come on. I'm not going to gatekeep you. You can come on and tell your side of the story if you want. You just let me know. I unprivated my Twitter account. Go look in Jade's replies. You'll see me there. Go ahead and tell me when you want to come on here and we can hash this out in front of everybody, though, because I'm not going to do this shit in private, because you have pretty much proven that, like, talking to you in private is not the smart thing to do. Everything going to be public. I don't got shit to hide. Please, you guys tell me go ahead. If you got dirt on me, release it, please. I would love to see it, because so many people will say that they have dirt on me and they release it and it's fucking nothing. It's nothing. Go ahead. Do what you got to do. Or if you just want it to stop, you want this shit to end, you don't want to fucking go through this again, whatever the fucking thing, then just stop bringing us up into the stupid Andy hacked you shit. Take it up with Andy Signore. Because we had shit to do with it. Shit to do with it, or we'll not have anything to do with it. The ball is really in your court, Brittany. Because every time you lie, I will boot up a live stream and debunk your lies, especially if it's about me or any of these women. Because they did nothing to you. I literally sat on the phone with a lot of these women while they were fucking in tears, devastated that this even happened. Because they didn't understand what the fuck changed within the last few hours after we had a conversation. No plan was set, no date was set to even talk to Andy. And even after you crashed out the way you did, I told Andy, never mind, we're not going to have this conversation because Brittany didn't want it to happen because it clearly upset you. So I didn't have that conversation with Andy at that time. For you. But we're bullies. And we started bullying you. You lying fucking bitch. I fucking told Andy to go fuck himself after you crashed out for you. For you, because I said I would not have that conversation with him if a single one of you women did not want it to happen. And clearly you really didn't want it to happen, even though you told us it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Clearly it wasn't fine, and I did not have the conversation with Andy at that time. For you. And how did you repay me for that? How did you repay Shadow and all the other women for that? You try to fucking smear us so nobody would listen to us anymore and only go to you. Because you were the first woman who came out and you want to talk about who wanted the attention, Brittany? You sure as fuck are looking like you're the one who wants the attention right now. Well, guess what? You got mine. You got mine again. You got Shadows again. You got Simply Bells again. You got all of us fucking again. You got our attention. And I don't know if you're going through a mental fucking crisis or whatever's going on with you. If you need help, just fucking ask. If there's shit going on with you mentally, get some help. Or reach out and say, hey, I am going through a mental fucking manic episode. And I'll talk to you, Brittany. But if you're gonna keep fucking lying about shit that just didn't fucking happen, there's no help for you. Right now, Andy Signore should be the least of your fucking concerns because whatever's going on with you right now, it's not good. It's not good. I don't want to fucking be doing this shit, but you literally fucking forced my hand. I'm not going to sit here and let you say shit about these women that I literally witnessed and was part of. I'm not going to let you accuse another fucking man of some shit that you have not proven to have happened. And then sit here and let all these people who came to us, this community over here, that most of these people came from Andy's community, was introduced to us because of this Andy situation. I'm not going to let them sit there and be fucking confused at where the fucking truth is. There was one person in this situation, I'm not going to say her name. If you know, you know. But there was one person in this situation who I remember coming forward around this time. Left a comment on Andy's video when he addressed Brittany for the first time. Okay? And she basically left a post and said, listen, I know that this shit's true. Like, I know this shit's true. Like, you need to start just telling the truth or I'm going to, or I'm just going to say something, right? And this person was kind of close with Brittany. And I thought it was really weird that this person was acting like really protective of her and basically trying to like deter her from talking. And it sounds to me, looking back on it, is like she knew Brittany was full of shit. Like she knew Brittany was a little bit of full of shit. And that's why she was trying to tell Brittany, like, listen, don't go this route. Don't go this route. Because eventually this is going to bite you in the ass. And I thought that chick was just a bitch. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that chick was just a bitch. And I told Brittany, like, bro, this chick is trying to tell you, like, not to talk about it. That's crazy. But looking back on everything, maybe she was trying to warn us that this was gonna happen. And now I feel bad for looking. I mean, she was still kind of a bitch, but I feel bad that I kicked her out of the Discord and shit back then. Because I think that she was kind of looking back on it with everything that's happening now, looking at it like maybe she was trying to give us a little bit of a warning. That she was trying to give us a little bit of warning. Like she knew more, but she didn't want to say it because I think she liked Brittany. And maybe she felt like Brittany was going through some shit and she just didn't want to say it. But she was probably trying to get Brittany to chill out. Because she was very adamant that Brittany stopped talking about this. And we were like, why is this chick trying to get you to stop talking about what happened with you and Andy? And we didn't understand it back then, but looking back on it, I'm starting to understand it now. I think she was trying to let us know that Britt wasn't telling the whole truth about everything. And when she's like, I remember her saying to me in that Discord, remember when she said, you guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about. She said, you guys have no idea what you're talking about. She was right. She was right. She was right. We clearly missed something. And she knew it. That chick knew it. The whole time she knew. She knew Andy was in the wrong, but she also knew Brittany was in the wrong. And the only reason why we even had that information, by the way, about, remember how we were talking about how Andy had videos that he sent of other women, or other women have seen the videos or pictures that women have sent to him. We're like, yo, Andy's sending videos and pictures to other people. That came from that person through Brittany, by the way. Brittany was the one who showed us the conversations where she said, yeah, I've seen pictures and videos of you. That came from Brittany. And that's why we looked at that chick like, she's kind of a problem, which is really funny because, again, looking back on it, isn't it kind of weird how this chick was trying to kind of protect Brittany and she was cool with Brittany, but Brittany was trying to get us to look at her sideways like, something up with you, lady. And then we got into it with that chick and then she got kicked out. It's almost like Brittany didn't want her to tell us what the fuck was really going on. Possibly. This is my speculation at this point because this shit's so old, I have no idea. But it does seem kind of funny how that whole thing went down. And we were just too blind to see it because we were just like, Brittany's our friend. We love her. We care about her. You know, we believe her. And we felt like this chick was coming in here trying to get Brittany to stop talking about it for some reason. Like she was trying to protect Andy. But I think she was actually trying to protect Brittany from the actual truth coming out. But she didn't want to be the one to pull that trigger. So I guess, I don't know, Britt. Where do we go here, Brittany? Where do we go from here? Are we just going to keep doing this back and forth, tit for tat? Or are we just going to stop dragging people who have nothing to do with your issues with Andy right now into this? Because, like, I've stopped talking about Andy for a while now. A lot of these women aren't even talking about Andy anymore. They moved on. You know, the information is out there for those who are seeking it, but we have nothing to do with it. So if you want to keep bringing us up, whether you say our names or not, we know you're talking about us. Now, everybody in the chat, everybody who's watching this as a replay, you now know when she's referring to Andy's haters or former friends, she's referring to us. She's referring to specifically myself, Shadow, Simply Belle, Nola Lola, probably Nerd Girl Jean as well is in there, Jade, and that's pretty much the only people I can think of that she's referring to, because we were all kind of in group chats together. We were all talking about this stuff together. She was always, Brittany was always part of all this stuff, So when she's talking about that, we know, and you guys know that's who she's referring to. We're not fucking stupid. We're not stupid. She wants you to think we are, but we're not. But she's stupid if she thinks that we're dumb enough not to see the shit she's saying and say that. And when she said, well, if you guys are stalking me, how do you know? Bro, the recent events, you have alt accounts going at Jade right now. Like I've seen that shit. Like I check in on these girls once in a while, see how they've been, see what they've been up to. Yeah. You know what? You want to know how I found out about this? I was curious how Jade has been. So I went to Jade's Twitter account and said, I wonder if Jade's, doing okay considering, let me see what's going on with Jade. See if she's still mad at me, still talking about me. So I went on her Twitter account and said, let me see what's going on over there. And then I saw she was talking about Andy, and I was like, okay, well, I saw there was some comments, and I was like, well, I'm curious if what's going on with that. And lo and behold, there's somebody named John Darlin tagging Brittany's account, talking shit to Jade. And I said, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. If people have questions or want to talk about it, cool. But on a daily, hours after hours, days after days, weeks after weeks, month after month, no. We got pink satin jackets, the mean girls, remember? I know. I mean, yeah, if you guys have any questions, even the lurkers, if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm an open book. Y'all tell me what's going on. Don't be shy. Get on the alt account and ask away. Come on, lurkers. If you got any questions you want to ask me, now is the fuck. Because I really hope to God I don't have to do this again. I really hope I don't have to make another stream about this. I really don't want to. I have other fish to fry, ladies and gentlemen. So if anyone has any questions, please ask them now or forever hold your peace. No, I'm dead serious. Like, ask a question. Anybody. Ask it. If you guys have any questions about what I'm talking about, just ask. Just ask. Especially if you were there and you have questions, or hell, even if you believe Brittany, ask questions. Come at me. Push back against me. Because if we lying, I want you to call me out on my lies. That's not a question, Emperor. That's a statement. Nice try, though. Ray, okay, here's my question. Andy Signore is a bitch. That's not a question. So I want to know. Like, come on now. Don't be shy now. Like, this is not the time to be shy. Like, don't be shy. Just speak your piece. Anyone have any questions? All right, next question is if anyone have any questions about Brittany or the situation, ask away. Andy Signore, you got a question? Ask away. Because apparently we're working for you. I don't even think the man remembered I existed. I'm quite active on X. I'm not. Fuck X. I can't stand X. Being back on X and unprivating my account and having to see this shit just sets me off. Get PTSD about why I didn't want to get back on there. But this situation, I had to, come back because, like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. So nobody has a question? Nobody has a question or concern about this Britney situation? Again, there's 28 people watching. Not a single one of you lurkers want to ask me a question about the Andy stuff or the drama. Like, nothing? So I guess y'all understand, so I don't have to talk about this anymore. I don't got to talk about Andy anymore. Go back to going to the other topics I want to talk about. I don't have to talk about Brittany anymore. Unless she keeps yapping. Do I have to go on Twitter? Brittany, are you active on Twitter? Are you watching? Are you watching? Do you have a question? Please let me know. If you have a question, let me know. Tell me where the lies are. Oh, see, now they're blocking me. That's cute. Oh, you guys are blocking my account? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yeah, those alt accounts are blocking me now. Yeah, block me. Please block me. Please block me. I find it funny, right? But y'all can't respond to me. They blocked me, yeah. Well, Brittany didn't block me, but those alt accounts blocked me. That John T. Darling account, I was like, I wonder if they're saying anything. Nope, blocked, because I replied to them. Blocked. Yeah, you don't want the smoke, do you? Yeah, exactly. Y'all don't want the smoke. Block me. Exactly. Bunch of fucking pussies. Y'all talk a lot of shit until somebody like me talks back, huh? Because y'all ain't got shit on me. That's the thing. They'll go after Jade because you could try to talk shit about her story, right? But they don't really got shit on me. They really don't. What do you have on me? What do you have on me that I haven't put out there in the public already? You ain't got shit. So just block me because you have nothing to say to me. Exactly. Because Signore has a huge karma payday coming. I'm here for it. Exactly. They don't want the smoke because she knows I'm not lying. She knows I'm not lying. So block me. Yeah, like good, block me. Maybe you should have blocked Jade, but instead you wanted to reply to her and ruffle her feathers and get her fucking bubbles popped, right? You want to fucking go at Jade and talk shit to her because you got beef with her because she snapped at you, right, Brittany? That's the only reason why you went after the other woman, because she snapped at you. But you won't come for me? You won't send those alt accounts after me? That's kind of crazy. If you think Jade is the weakest link, Jade is just like me. That's why me and her bump heads. Me and Jade have the same type of hot head, bro. So if you going after Jade, you might as well come after me too. But what's the matter? You gonna block me? Yeah, they did. They blocked my account. That's hilarious. I'm sorry, I don't think that is multiple people. That's also the thing. I'll believe it's multiple people when all of them come on camera. Until then, nah. Listen, like I said, she's welcome to come on here and call me a liar to my fucking face, basically. Them blocking is a mission of guilt in this scenario. I mean, hey, like I said, I just went on Twitter. One of the accounts I was going at Jade, I noticed they blocked me. I said, what? I got blocked? That's kind of crazy. So I'll read to you guys a conversation, right? Because this person, John T, the one that blocked me, whoever runs this account, said, you and a couple others had this conversation. You are spilling a private piece of medical information right here. Would you agree that's bullying and illegal? The screenshot where they redacted whatever information they redacted, somebody said, welcome to the cult, I mean club. And then somebody said, brain is mush, it's all that. And then somebody else said, she's fucking insane. I mean, there is literally no rational thought behind her delusions. Guys, that's leaking private medical information. Did you know that? Did you know calling somebody crazy is leaking private information according to this account that blocked me when I called them out on that? I responded to this person, said, so is this you admitting that she's insane? And if so, how is saying someone's crazy spilling private medical information? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? You guys tell me. Is that spreading private medical information by saying someone's crazy? So you're admitting she's mentally crazy, that she's medically diagnosed as fucking crazy is what you're saying. And we didn't know that. Like, we didn't know that she was diagnosed with anything. We were just saying how she was crazy because she's acting crazy. But that is spilling medical private information, guys. That is a HIPAA violation, calling somebody crazy who's been diagnosed as crazy, because we had no idea that. We just thought she was acting crazy. That's literally the only thing we've said about her that could be considered medical. Exactly. Exactly. And then they blocked me for calling them out. Yeah, did you think that Jade was going to be by herself because you didn't see anyone chiming in right away? Like, did you think that because me and Jade had a falling out that I wouldn't still have her back when it comes to like the fucking truth? Because let me tell you, when we had a public spectacle, me and Jade, we did have a little public spat. Okay. I got a message from somebody. I'm not gonna say who, because again, I'm not trying to drag outside entities into my issues with Brittany. But I got a message allegedly from somebody who is familiar with her, and they said, listen, Brittany don't got issues with you. They started off by saying, I see that they did the same thing to you that they did to Brittany. And I said, bruh, like, I don't fucking care. I was mad. I was like, I don't care. Fuck all y'all. That's where my head was at. Fuck all y'all. Okay? But it was very interesting that we're the stalkers, but yet they knew that me and Jade had a public spat, that I had a falling out with the girls, right? And because of that, y'all thought going at Jade that Jade would be alone, that Jade wouldn't have backup, that y'all can get away with lying about her and no one was gonna check y'all. And you also thought that Jade was gonna just sit there and take it, especially without backup. But y'all were sorely mistaken. Everything happens for a reason. I happened to want to check in on Jade around the time y'all decided to go at her. And here we are. Here we are. That's why you blocked me. But did you block Jade? I'm curious. I'll see if you blocked. I'm sure Jade will post about it, or somebody can tell me if that account blocked her as well. Because as soon as I entered the chat, they didn't even respond. They just blocked me. Which, by the way, thanks to Elon Musk, your blocking does nothing other than doesn't allow me to respond. But trust me, I could just do it on my platform. Y'all really want to do this? Y'all really want to do this? We could do this. I'll do it on my channel, though. But I don't think y'all want to do that. I do not think y'all want to do that. It's crazy, right? How they talk shit to Jade, but as soon as I entered the chat, they block me. Like, what? They block me. Why are you so scared? Why can't you answer the question? Why can't you answer the question? Oh, yeah. So we got confirmation, guys. The medical records that we apparently leaked. I don't even know who specifically they're talking about. I don't think I was part of this conversation. I might have been. I don't know. But the specific conversation that was her medical records that was leaked. She highlighted it. Brain is mush. She's fucking insane. Those were her medical records, guys. It's all that one medicine prescription that Andy Signore people released online. Guys, what people released online about her medical records is her brain is mush and that she's fucking insane. So I guess thank you for confirming you're medically insane. We didn't know that. It's kind of obvious at this point you are. At this point, it's obvious there's something wrong with you. Oh, that Linus person might be a real person. I have no idea. Let me look. Hold on. Because like I said, like, I'm back on Twitter. Like, I'm not playing with this. I find it really funny. And now they're blocking me because they're fucking cowards. Like, you really scared of me that much? You scared of me that much? You can't have a conversation? I asked you a simple question. What medical records were spilled? Who is gatekeeping and villainizing Brittany? I'm asking questions and y'all block me. It kind of seems like you hiding something. You just talking shit to talk shit. John T. Darling 1. Is that what you're doing? You're just talking shit to talk shit? Is that what we doing now? But you're a credible person. I ask you a question, you block me. That's crazy. That's crazy. And then the post where this person starts going at Jade didn't mention Brittany at all. Her post was, this is over 4 years old. More than just one allegation, multiple women. He thought I was 17/18 years old, the audacity. And she tagged Blake Lively, Andy Signore, and Popcorn Planet. And then this person, John T, was like, is this you too? And post a screenshot of Jade's live stream where she talked about Brittany because Brittany was going crashing out on Twitter. And it says, Parasite Unleashed, what even is a Brit? And Jade's response was, no shit. Like, no shit, that was her. Yeah, no shit. So y'all came for her. Y'all came for Jade. But you thought that she was lonely. You thought because you didn't see me around Jade that Jade wasn't gonna have my support. You thought that maybe because you haven't seen Jade doing much or talking much about Andy or whatever, you thought that she was done. And then when she started talking about Andy again, y'all decided to take your shot, and you missed. You missed. I want to see if this person blocked me. Nope. That account did not block me, but they didn't respond because I want to answer this question because they said you could have had a decent number of people behind you supporting you in your claims, but instead gatekeeping, abuse, and vilifying another woman's experience has hugely dented your claims. Well, I hate to break it to you, but that is what the fucking other woman that you're speaking of is doing to Jade right now. And doing to everybody who has a negative experience with Andy Signore. Guys, let me remind you, if you weren't sexually harassed by Andy Signore, you can't talk. You can't talk. According to Brittany, you can't talk. Her exact words. Her exact words. Do we want to hear it again? For those of you who missed it, let's hear it again.
They wanted to talk to Andy Signore in private. I was like, don't speak for me. I think it's stupid to speak with Andy Signore. And I kind of got a little rude about it. Did they all turn on me real quick? Okay, so, I mean, I actually didn't think it would go as far as it did. But they started a little bullying then. And I tried to stay quiet for like 2 weeks. And then finally I like snapped back. And then somebody was like, okay, I'll take my stuff down if you take your stuff down. I'm like, okay, whatever. So then I thought,
By the way, the person who said that I would take, it was me. I said I would take my stuff down if you take your stuff down. And then I did. And then she did. Right? Right? Most of the women did that, by the way. I think Jade might have left some stuff up because Jade just didn't give a fuck. But I can't control Jade. I wasn't trying to. Like, I have no control over that. But for the most part, everyone who had anything to say about Brittany during those times, we took our shit down. She did. And then she claims, hold on, where does she go with this? Hold on.
That'll hopefully be the end of it. But I had a feeling. I knew that they were still like all against me. So then in about, I cut off contact. I cut off contact with them. And then a person that was playing both sides a little bit. I not even a little bit, playing both sides. I knew I'm not stupid. So he's playing both sides. And I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. But then he's like, well, they're gonna bash you and say you hurt their case against Andy. And I'm like, the whole reason for the fight is because they said they only need an apology from Andy. Speaking of they, a few of them weren't even like sexually harassed by them. Like they just want the attention of the situation. They don't care what's right. They just want the attention and the drama. And it's so stupid. That's what's stupid. Okay. And so then that person told me that anyway. And so then in February, I get a message from somebody I did not expect to get a message from. And I'm like, I knew something was up because this was after this person had told me that they were planning something basically. And honestly, they couldn't do this alone. They did it with Andy Signore's help. And I won't mention their names because they enjoy attention. And if they connect them.
So again, reminder, she's accusing us of planning something with Andy Signore, that we needed Andy Signore's help, which is insane. And she says it like she has proof of that. I'm not going to say names. I'm not going to say who told me what or whatever. Just trust me, bro. Believe me, bro. Just trust and believe me, guys. These people are awful. With zero evidence to back anything she says. But hey, if you weren't sexually harassed by Andy Signore, you can't talk or you just want attention. Her exact words. Her exact words. So when you say gatekeeping, abuse, and vilify another woman's experience, but that's exactly what they're doing to Jade. But okay. That's where we're at. That's what we're doing now. Oh, let them believe her. They're a fucking fool. They're a fool. Let them believe her. She needs all the fucking help she can get. And until she fucking turns on that person too, like she did all those other accounts that were supporting her too and accusing them of hacking her as well. And doesn't want to mention our names because we enjoy attention. Then why talk about it? Why talk about us if you're not going to mention our names, Brittany? That makes no sense. Why talk about it? And then, hold on, I also want to point out, now that I re-listened, that when she says a person who is playing two sides, again, we already established it was about her ex-boyfriend, right? Who was friends with us before she came in the picture, right? So now her whole thing is like, well, he was playing both sides. No, the real issue was you wanted him to be solely on your side because you were fucking him. And because you were having sex with him and you were in a relationship with him, you didn't even want him to really talk to us, even though you would say, oh, no, you can talk to Saggy, you can talk to Ray, talk to her. I know you guys have been friends for a long time, because you knew you looked like an asshole trying to make that man pick between a fucking friend he had for a very long time and you, the person you're spreading your fucking legs for. Again, I don't give a fuck who you spread your legs for. This is why I need to not talk while drinking boba tea. Hold on. Oh my god, I just choked on my boba. I choked on my boba. Holy shit. Holy shit. Woo, that was weird. Yo, spreading legs. I know. I don't care who she spreads her legs for, bro. Not my business. But sitting here saying he was playing both sides. Oh my god, my voice. Hold on, the boba tea's killing me. I'm gonna pause mute my mic for a second because I'm dying. Alright, there we go. That was crazy. To say that he was playing both sides because he wasn't picking and choosing, I'm gonna tell you right now, Brittany, that man told me absolutely nothing about you. We didn't even talk about you. Like, after I told him, I was like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to talk about it. He said the same thing. We're not going to talk about it. So I didn't tell him anything. So whoever told you we were planning something either lied to you. And if you're claiming that it was your ex-boyfriend who said that, I'm not going to take your word for that. I'm not going to believe anything you say. Because you definitely have twisted every narrative about this situation and this fallout between us. And accusing us of working with Andy is the most Looney Toony thing I've ever heard. You know? It's bitches like her that make it harder for real victims. So, yeah, it is. It's sad. It's sad. Yeah, the boba tea almost took me out. I'm still choking right now. You know? I'm just saying. Like, let's just keep it real. So, like I said, 2 hours to talk about this chick. This is the most attention I'm going to give her. Unless, like I said, if she wants to keep talking shit and lying, I will keep doing these streams. Like I said, you want to call me a bully? All right, I'll be a bully then. I'll be a bully. I don't know why telling the truth is bullying, but I guess here we are. So I guess I'm a bully for telling the truth. So if I'm a bully for telling the truth, Brittany, what does that make you? What does that make you? You're a pathological liar. And I think you're a covert narcissist. I do think you're a covert narcissist, like 100%. Like I said, you're literally no better than Andy with the shit he's saying. You're no better. You're a covert narc. And again, if y'all want to believe her, good luck. Good luck. Don't have any private conversation with her. And again, another thing too, before I go, you want to know another reason why she's like Andy? Because Andy's very paranoid. He archives everything. And that's exactly what Brittany does. Archives everything. So if you're having a private conversation with Brittany, do not tell her anything personal about your life. Because number one, she will definitely use it against you like she has done to some of these women in the past. I won't bring up what she said, but it was really fucked up. What she put out there about a personal situation that happened with one of these women's children. Okay? And she will throw it and use it against you, and she'll spread it like wildfire and then claim that she's the victim. Just letting you guys know, if you want to trust her, go ahead. Go ahead. Balls in your court, Brittany. How you want to handle this? You want to come on and actually address this and express your feelings and rehash the past, and then maybe we can get the fuck over it? Or do you want to just keep being on your platform where barely anyone's going to notice you unless I fucking boot up a live stream for people to notice you? Who really wants the fucking attention really right now? Because ain't nobody paying attention but me. But the one thing I'm not going to have you do is garner attention on fucking lies. Absolutely not. Not on my watch. You thought I was going to be silent? Did you really think I was going to be silent, Brittany? That's crazy. Hey, Brittany. Just saying. Reach out. Let's see where it goes. But blocking me on those alt accounts, yeah, that's not a good start to this. This is not a good start to this. Oh, she could try. She can't lie to me because she knows better. She knows better. That's why instead of talking to me, she just blocks me and talks about me. Like she's not about that life. That's why when I found out that there was a group chat of people talking shit about me that she was part of, she immediately reached out to me and tried to assure me she didn't say shit because she didn't think I would ever see those conversations, and I sure fucking did. And I called her out for that, and she tried to, no, you don't know. Fuck you. Fuck you. Everybody involved in that conversation talked to me, admitted what they said, told me how they were feeling and why they said it. We patched things up like adults, and we moved on. Brittany was the only person who did not be honest with me. So again, let's talk about who's lying and who's not lying, Brittany. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Otherwise, I guess you're just going to be a new topic of discussion on this channel right next to Reek and Ranger. So, with that said, guys, I'm going to go because it's hot as fuck, and I'm going to put this fan on because I haven't had this fan on me, and it's hot because I don't want you guys to hear the wind and the microphone. So, I'm going to get going because I've been streaming for 2 hours about this. So, with that said, you guys have a great rest of your day. It's Sunday. Ugh, like, gross. Who cares about Sunday? I'm going to do this. Boom. We're going to get rid of the chat on the side so it looks like I'm a professional YouTuber here. And what song are we going to end out on? Let's see. I have so many songs now on this playlist. Oh, what do I want to end the song with? We'll end with Black Magic. Actually, no. For Britney, I'm going to play this song. Have a good one, you guys.
Cause I know you want me, baby. I think I want you too. They call me Superman. I'm here to rescue you. I wanna save you, girl. Come be in Shady's world. They call me Superman. Lay tall hoes in a single bound. I'm single now. Got no ring on his finger now. I'd never let another chick bring me down. A relationship. Save it, bitch. Babysit. You make me sick. Superman ain't saving shit. Girl, you can jump on Shady's dick. Straight from the hip. Cut to the chase. I tell a motherfucker slap to her face. Play no games. Say no names. Ever since I broke up with her face, I'm a different man. Kiss my ass. Kiss my lips. Bitch my ass. Kiss my dick. Get my cash. I'd rather have you with my ass. Don't put out. I'll put you out. Won't get out. I'll push you out. They go Saturday through Sunday, Monday, Monday through Sunday, yo. Maybe I'll love you one day, maybe we'll someday go. Till then, just sit your drunk ass on that fucking runway, ho. Cause I can't be a Superman, can't be a Superman, can't be a Superman, can't be a Superman, I can't be a Superman, can't be a Superman, can't be a Superman, a Superman, a Superman. Don't get me wrong, I love these hoes. It's no secret, everybody knows. Yeah, we fucked, bitch, so what? That's about as far as your buddy goes. We'll be friends, I'll call you again. I'll chase you around every bar you attend. Never know what kind of call I'll be in. We'll see how much you'll be partying then. You don't want that, neither do I. I don't wanna flip when I see you with guys. Too much pride between you and I. Not a jealous man, but females lie. But I guess that's just what sucks do. How could it ever be just us two? I never loved you enough to trust you. We just met and I just fucked you. But I do know one thing though. Bitches, they come, they go. Saturday through Sunday, Monday, Monday through Sunday, yo. Maybe I'll love you one day, maybe we'll someday glow. Till then, just sit your drunk ass on that fucking runway, ho. Cause I can't be a Superman, can't be a Superman, can't be a Superman, can't be a Superman, I can't be a Superman, can't be a Superman. Can't be a Superman. Love these hoes, it's no secret, everybody knows. Yeah, we fucked, bitch, so what? That's about as far as your buddy goes. We'll be friends, I'll call you again. I'll chase you around every bar you attend. Never know what kind of car I'll be in. We'll see how much you'll party and then